The leadership of the upcoming 35th Legislature has been selected, the consortium understands. Our journalists have learned that Senator Novelle Francis is returning to lead lawmakers as President of the Senate, a position he previously held in the 33rd Legislature. Senator Marvin Blyden will serve as Vice President of the Senate, Senator Carla Joseph, Secretary, and Senator Kenneth Gittins was tapped as Senate Majority Leader. The chairs of two of the Senate's major committees have also been selected. Current Senate President Donna Fred Gregory will lead the Committee on Finance, and Senator-elect Diane Capehart, who returns to the legislature after being voted out in 2014 following one term in office, will lead the powerful Rules and Judiciary Committee. Senator-elect Maurice James is said to have been chosen to chair the Committee on Education. Consortium journalists reached out to Senator Francis, who pointed out that the assignments should be deemed preliminary and may be subject to change before the new legislature is sworn in on January 9th. He also spoke of his vision for the upcoming term with a keen focus on the territory's most pressing issues.
The level of oversight, I think, is most critical. We have some issues and concerns that needs to be addressed. One of the things I intend to continue is the subcommittees that we've had that has been effective and in resolving some of the issues such as the GRS and the health and the fire EMS integration. But I also want to be involved in some summits where we look at some economic development, look at education, look at healthcare, and really bring all those stakeholders to the fold and get the public to be involved in some of that discussion.
Right.
And really to move some of those things forward.
Enforcing checks and balances in government is also an important task for Francis, despite his Democratic Party holding power in the legislative and executive branches.
Well, obviously, I tend to work because I believe that we have a democratic platform that speaks to certain priority items. And, I truly believe that, working with the administration to move those forward would be most critical. But, we will also have to understand that our role as a legislator is for check and balance.
Francis said that the public expects to see elected leaders working together to solve challenges facing the territory, and said that the Senate would be doing this not just with the executive, but also with the USVI's congressional delegate to press forward on some of the issues.
To move some of those things over. We have the rum cover over. We have a lot of the disaster funding. We have the WAPA crisis looming. That's looming. I think that we can't have one voice just speaking in that direction, but as a collective, speak to how we are able to come together to resolve those issues.
Francis said that the work done in the 34th Legislature, including finally agreeing with the executive on a long-term funding solution for the government employees' retirement system, means that the 35th can tackle new challenges, including infrastructure.
We have a good opportunity to address some of our infrastructure needs, the lighting, the roads, and the usual, the healthcare and everything else. Now that GRS is off the table, we can start to really focus on some of those other areas.